Same time. And I'm excited that you guys are tuning in today. Okay. Welcome, everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia, and I'm going to be sharing some information with you here today that I have no doubt could radically impact your life forever. I had first learned about this in 2008, so 15 years ago. And at the time, I was practicing medicine full time as a physician assistant, 12 plus hours a day, writing 200 prescriptions a day. My husband was working full time as a construction estimator, and we had just invested over $100,000 in two businesses. Why? Why did we do that? Well, I was working 12 to 14-hour days. I had two small children, my 3-year-old and a 9-month-old, and somebody else was basically raising them. And they called her mom, and it was driving me crazy. And I wanted to spend more time with my kids, but I made really good money as a PA. And when I didn't work, I didn't make money. So I was looking for ways to create additional income streams, thus the two businesses that we started. I used to be in the OR for hours on end, and I'd be thinking, how am I ever going to get out of this? The best thing would be to create income while I'm working my full-time job. How do I do that? Vending machines, laundromats, car washes. So I opened a skincare retail store. We started a construction company. And that's where I was when I was called and asked by my brothers, we've got an amazing business. We want you to take a look at it. And I have to tell you, life was so overwhelming for me at that time. I really had no interest in the business, but I agreed to take a look because it was my brothers. And, people, when you see 50 to 60 patients a day, every day, somebody asked me to look at some sort of a business or something. It was because it was my brothers that I took a look. So I'm assuming that the reason you're watching today is because someone that you believe, like, trust, asked you to look. And so you're agreeing to take a look. That decision to take a look changed my life forever. I was attracted to this company. I recognized that they were speaking truth immediately. I recognized their message of cleansing your body of toxins, balancing out your pH, your hormone levels, and building your cells up with plant-based whole raw food nutrition was true. You see, my nephew had been diagnosed with severe autism in 2008, and I sat with my sister as the doctor told her he will never speak. He will always be in diapers. And I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. I had a lot of questions about that diagnosis, why he had it, how did he get it, is it genetic, is it vaccinations? And I began diving in and doing an extensive amount of research and came to the conclusion from study after study after study that what we put into our bodies and our children's bodies, maybe more importantly, what we're not putting into our bodies, has a significant effect on how our bodies function. You see, this is our primary asset. We live in this house, our body, our entire lives. We rotate multiple homes, we rotate multiple cars, we have multiple phones, but we typically treat all of those things better and spend more money on all of those things than we do this one house that we live in that we can never replace. And so I had started to understand this. Although I wrote 200 prescriptions a day, this was information I had never learned. I recognized where it started, which was in a clinical practice, that this message of cleanse, balance, build was literally given to patients for 30 years in a clinical practice. The results were so good that there was a 3-year waiting list. And that's why the company started. That is what intrigued me. Within days of us getting started, we saw significant changes in our health. Now, I'm somebody who had the organic garden. I had the big old juicer that was horrible to clean. I had the best of the best supplementation because I know how to read labels. So I was going to the health food store and getting the best omegas and getting the best calcium and getting the best multivitamin. And I was spending a lot of money, seeing no results. I was okay. I'd never experienced results from supplements before. I didn't expect any. So when we started to see changes within a week that just continued to layer on top of each other, to where at the 6-week mark, my husband's anger and depression issues were gone. At the 3-month mark, my weight, I dropped 32 pounds without trying. My husband dropped 25 pounds without trying. My nephew started speaking. And when he went from screaming all day long to speaking in full sentences and communicating with us, I knew I had to dig deeper. I wanted to find out what the heck this was really all about. And that was 15 years ago. I now do everything I can to get this message out. I'm going live every single day, sometimes twice a day between now and December 16th. Why? Because I have financial freedom, time freedom, and freedom from health worries because of what this company offers. And I believe everybody deserves to have that information. And I have committed myself to getting that information out. So here I'm going to go through some information about this company called Pure. And really, the name of the company is Pure, and it stands for People United Reaching Everyone. I believe with all of my heart, everybody deserves to have this information. And again, I'm doing everything I can to get this information out to as many people as I possibly can every single day. And whoever invited you feels the same way I do. We want to get this information out, and we're trying. Just take a look. Just take a look. I don't know if it's for you. I don't know if it's not for you. Many people are attracted to the health aspect. It was definitely me. I was attracted to the health aspect of what this company offered. The income potential brings a lot of people as well. It wasn't really my thing because, as I told you, we just invested $100,000 in two businesses. I had employees, I had taxes, I had paperwork, I had a brick and mortar location. And the overhead of that skincare retail store, the monthly overhead that I had to pay was more than the investment in this business. So I didn't see it as a business. I didn't think it could possibly be a business. I was attracted to the health aspect, to the simplicity of what it offered. I was very interested in how it started, which was in a clinical practice. And their results were so good that there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get into that clinic. And they said, rather than put products on a shelf in Whole Foods, rather than pay a marketing firm to do billboards and commercials and radio ads, we are going to just pay word of mouth advertising because people clearly love what we're doing here. And I'm so glad they started that, because if I walked into Whole Foods, I don't know that I ever would have found this company amongst the 85 other multivitamins. I'm here because of my brothers. Somebody I love said, you have to look at this. It's the best health and nutrition. And I've looked everywhere. It's the best of the best, all in one location with the click of a button. I was buying from 8 different companies. This is sent to your house with the click of a button. Simple. I joined because it was easy. I joined because it was real. I want you to think, though, what if somebody offered you 10 years ago, hey, for everybody that you go and tell about Amazon, and they get an Amazon membership because of you, whatever they purchase the rest of their lives, whether it's baby diapers, tires, refrigerators. I literally just bought a refrigerator on Amazon last week. Whatever it is they purchase, you're going to get 10 to 50% of that sale, whatever they purchase for the rest of your life. And if they tell anybody about Amazon, you're going to get a percentage of those sales as well. We would probably have all been like, yeah, look at that. And I'll tell you, I've been doing presentations for 15 years now, and I used to poll the room. So I wanted to know how many people purchased online. And it was usually 30% of the room had Amazon memberships. Now it's almost 100% of Amazon membership. So we're all consumers of Amazon. Many of us are members of wholesale clubs where you pay a membership fee to get a discount on products like Costco, DJ, Sam's. This is like that. Okay. I believe everybody should have a membership to Pure. It is the best of the best health and nutrition at a discounted price. And if you choose to tell anybody about it and they get a membership because of you, you get paid. What else are you doing right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day on it, 5 days a week, will pay you weekly checks for decades to come? There's not very many people who have that ability. Singers with their songs being played on the radio, actors, all the holiday movies, they're getting royalty fees every time those Christmas movies are played. What are you doing that will pay you for decades to come? Welcome to Pure. You might have just found your answer. And it all revolves around this philosophy of cleanse, balance, build. We cleanse our bodies of the toxins we've been consuming our whole lives. We balance out our pH. Your body wants to operate at this specific pH. It's an amazing machine. It's going to get there, but you're either helping it or hurting it. If you're pouring meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread in your body all day long, more so than you are plants, you're going to be hurting your body. It's going to get to this pH. It's amazing. It's going to break down the alkalinity out of your bones and get you over to where it needs to be. So are you helping it or are you hurting it? I believe cancer cells are in all of our bodies. You're either feeding them or you're starving them. And I believe that after reading book after book, Chris Beat Cancer, The Truth About Cancer, the China study. You're either helping it or you're hurting it. And so what we do here is at Pure is we build your trillions of cells up with whole raw food, plant-based nutrition. We have a wellness advisory panel of medical doctors who have licenses to practice medicine who have said, this has my stamp of approval. In fact, many of them recommend it to their patients in their offices before they recommend prescriptions. We all believe prevention is better than prescriptions. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference and have been for over a decade. This company is now 15 years old. So what makes Pure different? I get asked this all the time. My brother's selling some shakes. My sister's selling some oils. How is this different from anything else out there? Maybe another supplement company you're going to compare us to. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're going to invest it and get started in another income stream, you're going to sell a service, sell a product to clients. There's something you need to look for. What's the demographic? See, I sold expensive skincare products to females who are willing to spend over $100 a month on their face. Not very many. Small demographic. Not a wise business decision, by the way. So that was a small demographic. This is for everybody who has a body. Every man, every woman, every child, their parents, even their dogs and their cats. Sooner or later, what you do to take care of this house we live in, it pays off or it bites you in the butt. And so this is something that is for 100% of the demographic. Every single person you meet is a potential client. Consumable product. I have a Pampered Chef baking stone. I bought it from a friend at some sort of a something years ago. I will never buy another one. I've had it for 20 years. What a horrible business that you sell products that people buy one time and they last forever. You want to have a business in which there's your customers are constant customers. We have a consumable product here. Okay. 93 of 100 people who start with our starter package repurchase our products over and over and over again. Why? That's what really makes us different. We're the best. If you're currently supplementing and you can't tell when you take your stuff and you can tell when you can't tell when you don't, you need to switch. If you're spending money right now on supplements and you don't travel with your supplements, that means you can't tell when you take them or you can't tell when you don't take them. You need to switch. We have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. And as I told you, I got started for the health aspect. I started to see the changes in my family and then I started to talk about it and I saw changes in people around me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to tell everyone. And I became kind of like a vending machine. So people would purchase products from my online website. They would get a membership. I would get a commission. I could only impact so many lives. I only knew so many people. I could only see so many people. So when Aunt Betty starts consuming the products, she calls me 2 weeks in. She's like, I'm pooping every day. This is amazing. Aunt Betty used to not be able to walk past the front door. Now she can walk 2 blocks, knows all the neighbors, says hi to them. They all see a difference. What is she doing? This is amazing. Now Aunt Betty's telling everybody. Now she has become a vending machine. Now Aunt Betty's getting weekly checks. And it felt good. It felt good for me to help her health. It feels really good for me to help people earn income. Really good. So here it is. My goal is to help other people create that life that they've always dreamed of. A lot of people have gotten to a certain age and said, I'm just always going to be in debt. Guess I'm just never going to be able to buy that boat. Guess this is just how it's always going to be. That is a lie. That is not true. I'm here to tell you, you can do whatever you want to do. Businessmen, brilliant minds like Richard Branson and Tony Robbins say this is the best business model to get started in. One, Richard Branson says, everyone should have a small business for the tax write-off benefits. Tony Robbins says this business model is brilliant because of the low overhead and the low startup fee. I told you the startup fee was less than my monthly overhead with my skincare retail store. What I paid monthly to keep that skincare store running, that I didn't get to eat, I just had to pay that monthly, was more expensive than my startup price here, which made me think it wasn't real. And the other reason they say this business model is great is because of the ability to leverage your time. See, there's people who invited you here today and they're doing other things with their family. Maybe they're at a football game. Maybe they're watching the World Cup. They're doing something else. They're not even on. They invited you. And who's working for them? I'm working for them. They are leveraging their time. All they're doing is say, hey, Bob, you got to take a look at this. I found something that I think is going to blow your mind. I think it might be for you. Might not be. But log on to this thing at 12 o'clock. Take a look. For 15 minutes, you will know if you're interested or not. That's all they did. If someone chooses to purchase products, build a business as a result of their invite, they get paid checks every time orders are placed as a result of what Bob does. I work with Bob. I help Bob to build a business. In fact, we send you a training program that comes on your phone and you can do in 30 minutes a day. So I'll ask again, what are you currently doing that if you spend 30 minutes a day on it, 5 days a week, will pay you weekly for decades to come? I could move to New Zealand tomorrow, leave my computer and my phone at home, and I would make more money in 2023 than I did in 2022 because of the work I've done consistently for the last decade and a half. Why does this work so well? Why is Pure better than everything else out there? Because we're all toxic. We are all toxic. I believe the diseases and infections we're struggling with are the result of this. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. We put our food in saran wrap and stuck it in a microwave for a long time. Studies are coming out showing we all have microparticles of plastic in our bloodstream. While that's increased, the microparticles of plastic, so has the cancer rate. because we're being poisoned. We're out of balance. I already talked to you about the acidity that we're pouring into our bodies, but we don't get enough sleep. We're eating too much sugar. We're staring at screens way too much. Sitting is the new smoking, and then we're lacking in nutrition. Whatever is in your genetic pipeline. You saw your parents or grandparents this weekend. What are they struggling with? It's coming down the pipeline towards you. Let's fast forward 2 decades, 20 years. Where are you going to be? Probably struggling with what they're struggling with. And your kids will be too, if something doesn't change. This study from the Journal of Nutrition shows that more than half of American children currently are not getting enough vitamins and minerals. It's probably going to hit them faster than it hits your parents and you because of the lack of nutrition, the poisoning that's going on, and the lack of movement. And anybody who thinks they can just grow their food, buy organic, and they'll be fine, wrong. 12 years ago, a study came out showing you have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get the same amount of nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. This meal would be 3,617 calories, not to mention how much it would cost to eat 80 cups of spinach. This is why we have an obesity pandemic. We're starving. We're literally starving. We're eating junk all the time, and we're not getting nutrition. Cleanse, balance, build. Centuries-old philosophy, and it works. That's why it was used in that clinical practice. That's why we're spreading the news. The company has over 50 products. I do not have time, nor do you, for me to go through all of them, but I'll show you where you can go get info on all of them. I'm going to talk to you about the starter package, because if somebody's going to purchase something, you're going to spend money on something that you're going to consume. You're probably hoping that you're going to see results. You're hoping that you're going to be able to tell that you did it, right? So how do you do that? Well, we have found that 93 out of 100 people repurchase, have a 93 out of 100 people repurchase. So that means 7 out of 100 do not repurchase. 7 out of 100 do not repurchase because they have a box that I have found they don't even open, a box that they just let sit in the pantry. So what is this that makes people repurchase like that? It's this cleanse, balance, build philosophy in these 7 products. If somebody picks and chooses and just gets 1 or 2 or a couple of products, they do not see the results that people will get if they start on all 7 products. So we have a cleanse. We have multiple cleansers here to cleanse the 7 channels you eliminate through your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. We have the most comprehensive multivitamin on the planet. Compare it to what you're currently consuming. Ours is better. Goyin is a 5,000-year-old Asian formulation, blend of superfruits, adaptogens, herbs. It's calming. If you struggle with depression, anxiety, PMS, hot flashes, this one might be your favorite. Best plant-based omega-3s you can find on the planet. Omega-3s have been shown in clinical studies to prevent or reverse every disease we face as humans. You need omega-3s to function daily. For your brain cells to communicate with your neurons, you need it. You might say, well, I'm 60. I've never had omega-3s. I'm fine. Think of how much better you could be if you were consuming something the clinical studies have shown you need to function properly. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people who are getting by. Do you want to get by, or do you want to function the way you were made to function? Plant-based calcium, non-acidic calcium. It's alkalinizing, perfectly combined with magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin C, sulfur that has been shown in clinical studies to decrease inflammation. This is our starter package. This I want you to think of as a servicing. My car right now, the lights are going. I got to take it in for a servicing. Okay. What do you do when you need a servicing? How can you tell? Are there signs in your body? Yeah. You're not sleeping well. You're not pooping well. You're constipated. You're bloated. Your hair is thin. Your nails are brittle. Maybe you have pain that you didn't have before. You have eczema. You have weird rashes. You go in for a servicing. We go in for a checkup. You come out with prescriptions that we wrote for you. I'm going to tell you again, prevention is better than prescriptions. The Core Complete is another one of our starter packages. It includes all of these superfruits. If you are over 40 or you are on prescriptions, I recommend the Core Complete. These superfruits have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. They're 100% wildly harvested, and they've been shown in clinical studies for over 3 decades in the United States to be powerful for things like reflux, inflammation, circulation, libido, depression. It's powerful stuff. So Core Complete, 30 days of usage could result in, and what we've seen, better sleep, more energy, less pain, better bowel habits, better mood, weight loss, powerful, powerful results. And they have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. When was your last body servicing? Servicing the most important asset that you have. These are my boys. They've been doing it since they were toddlers, literally drinking their vitamins, drinking their super fruits, drinking their Goian, drinking their calcium, taking their immune boosters in the capsule form every morning. And it is obvious when they take it. It's obvious when they don't. 30 seconds in the morning, my kids get more nutrition in their body. He's eating Mila muffins than their whole class gets in a week. It's obvious. YourLifeChangers.com is where you can go to hear the doctors educate on the products. We have a specific eye product that is phenomenal. We have an eye doctor teaching on the benefits of our eye product. We have a neuro boost for people who are struggling with short-term memory or struggling and worried about their future, what's in their genetic pipeline. It's all on this page, YourLifeChangers.com. If you're watching live right now, you can go to our website, our Facebook page. Some of you are on this page. Use the search box to look up reviews. If you're going to buy a supplement on Amazon, you're probably going to go look for calcium, and then you're going to go look for your reviews because there's hundreds of calcium. You don't know which one to do. You're going to go look at reviews. You're going to go look up information on it. This is our page where you can look up reviews. Type in migraines, type in ADHD, see what you find. Okay, so whoever invited you, if you're not on this page, they can invite you to this page. You have to be accepted, and you have to accept the invite. And if you're on there now, go ahead and use the search box. So this is the best of the best in health and wellness with an online website. It's very difficult for retail stores to stay in business now. But I buy my groceries on Instacart. I don't like going to Publix. I don't like the grocery stores, taking the time to drive there, going through the aisles. Time is money to me. So I do not do that. If I can buy something that's going to come to my house, that's the future, guys. That's the future. Health and wellness is $1 trillion industry. So we're going to talk about business for a minute. This is the most brilliant business model in the world. There are a lot of companies that don't have good products, that don't have good compensation plans. Our investors are extremely wealthy. We are in no debt at all. We're 15 years old, and less than 60,000 people in the United States even know that this company exists. I'm going live every day because we're looking for people who want to change their financial health, who are into helping other people. So you can get started by going to livepeer.com, throw the family package into your cart. If you have a family of 4 or more, get the family pack. If you're looking to reset your metabolism, take a look at our Reset Plus. It's for 2 people to do our 6-week metabolism reset, which includes all of the core complete products, fat burners, metabolism boosters. And then when you go to checkout, it's going to ask you, do you want to save money? Be a preferred customer? Essentially, if you give them your email address, you save 25%. Go in, give them your email address, and become a preferred customer. Okay. Just at the end, tell them who invited you. It's going to say who invited you. Make sure you put that in. I'm now going to talk for the next 3 minutes, 5 minutes, short amount of time. To those people who said, I'm nervous about what the price is going to be for my body servicing. You're nervous about how much money you have or don't have to spend on something that you're very interested in. 2, you're thinking of somebody else who should be on here. And you're like, when's the next one? How can I invite them? Or 3, you're into multiple streams of income. You know you need another stream of income. But most people go get a job and trade their hours for dollars. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Can you do it consistently? If you can be coachable and you can follow the system that we send you via the phone through all your trainings, first couple days, 2 to 3 days, you're going to do 30 minutes of training, and then you're going to start inviting. Hey, Teresa, I found something amazing. I think you need to look. I'm going to send you a link. Can you join online at 8 o'clock? Give it 10 minutes. Take a look. See what you think. That's the invite over and over and over and over again. And in the beginning, you'll probably do what I did. You'll start to create these checks. I did not see it as a business, but the checks started to come in. $87, $277, $845. And I got to where I had customers and I was making about $1,000 a month, which is not life-changing income for me. It didn't replace my PA income. But then I started to find Aunt Betty's and people started to tell other people. And then I was getting a percentage of what they were making as well. And before I knew it, not only was this bringing in more than our construction company or the skincare store, it matched what I made as a PA and surpassed what I made as a PA. I walked away from practicing medicine in 2019, went to school for 8.5 years, spent $100,000 on that education, and I walked away from it because I have found a better way to help people. And there's no reason for me to work 60 hours a week anymore. There's no reason for me to work 20 hours a week seeing patients anymore. I've found a better way, and prevention is better than prescriptions. If you know 2 people who you think might partner with me or one of our team leaders to share this with others, you could have a global business. I mentioned vending machines earlier. Whoever invited you, let's say they invited 20 people. Let's say they invited 20 and they only have 2 teams to put 2 teams. So if they have all 20 sign up, they're literally stacking people on top of each other on team left or team right. So if Bob joins, He says, you know what? I work full time. I know I need an extra stream of income. I have no time to do something else. If this really works and you're telling me that it works, I will come in. I need to get better with my health. Let's get started with the family package and let's go. Okay, but you had 20 people come on. So Bob joins, Bob goes on your left team. Kristen joins, she goes on your right team. Bob goes to work, works full time, has 3 kids at home, has no time to do anything with this. But you invited 20 people. So now Beth joins, now Leah joins, now Linda joins, now Jason joins. Bob gets emails. Beth has joined your team, Bob. Leah's joined your team, Bob. Brenda's joined your team, Bob. Bob calls you and is like, what are these people? I didn't tell anybody anything. How? I think this is a mistake. You're like, no, I'm building a team for you. I don't have anywhere else to put them. I'm putting them underneath you. And every time they order, it goes into a bank account. The commissions from that go into a bank account for Bob. Wait, Bob can benefit from people I enroll tomorrow and next week and next month and next year? Yeah. He only benefits if he starts to share it. But yeah, you're going to build a savings account for the people that you begin to invite who join your team. So if you're listening and there's something that's intriguing you, get your questions answered today, guys. Get your position in your friend's organization today. It will not be unlikely for you to start getting emails that people have joined your team. Even if the next 6 months of your life are crazy, what are you doing right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, it will pay you weekly for decades to come? $49 enrollment. That's how much it costs to start a business here. It's totally waived if you get one of our business packs or if you're military or student. The monthly overhead is approximately $135 to $150 a month of nutrition that you're consuming. You're not just putting it in like I did for my skincare store. You're purchasing supplementation, which you should be doing already. This is your most important asset. I think of it as health insurance. That you're going to set up for your smart ship. It doesn't go through for 28 days. You get an email 3 days before it goes out. You can cancel it. You can cancel your auto ship. Click on the button. You can edit it. You can choose what's coming. You're basically replacing whatever supplementation you're currently using with what we have here. And you'll be able to tell. And if you can't tell and you don't like it, there's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee and you cancel. And then you go place your first order. Now you can start wherever you want to. I recommend the family package. It's the best bang for your buck. It's $4,000 worth of life-changing products for you and your family to consume. I believe I'm here today because I had enough product for my whole family, not just me. I wasn't like, no, you can't have any Mila. It's for me. I gave it to everyone. Okay, so I came in with this package because I had a family of 4 plus my sister and her son. But with this package, you get your shipping waived. You get $49 membership fee waived. I have a 20% coupon for you to use so that you actually get this for $2,000. You're getting into our VIP mentoring program. You're getting the training that comes to your phone. You're getting eligible for my leadership retreats that we take you on twice a year if you're building a business and serious. This is the best bang for your buck. And you get 4 20% off coupons that you can share with others that you begin to share this with. If that seems a little steep for you, look at the Reset Plus, guys. It's the whole core complete, which is my favorite starter package, plus our metabolic reset program for 2 people for 6 weeks. If you know, like, okay, I've got to do something. I eat too much. I drink too much. I've got to make a radical change. I'm going to recruit my sister to do this with me. Get this one, $14.99 with the 20% off. It's $1,200. You get $500 additional free product with this package. Your shipping is waived. Your membership fee is waived. You're not in my VIP program, but you still get the training that you do on your phone 30 minutes a day. You have nothing to lose. And you get 4 of these coupons that you can share with others. But you can start wherever you want to. You can start with our $289 Core Plus package. You can start with our Core Complete package, which is like $414. That's my favorite starter package. You can start wherever you want. You're going to pay the $49 fee with those. You're going to pay for your shipping with those, but you've started a business. And that's why those brilliant men say this is a great business. How do you make your money back? It's one of the first questions people ask. Well, when you invite 20 people, what statistics have shown is that 30% of people who take a look at this choose to join. So that's 3 out of 10. That's 6 out of 20. When 4 people join with the same package you joined with, you'll make your investment back. Now you've just gotten family health products for free. You just got your family's health insurance for free, essentially. And now everything you make is positive. Everything you make is positive. livepure.com. It's where you go. Throw what you want into the shopping cart. Go to checkout. I recommend becoming an IBO when it says, do you want to be an IBO or a preferred customer? And remember this, there's no cap to what you can earn. There's no cap. So what are you doing right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week on it, it can pay you weekly for decades to come? I'm here because I've helped so many people throw prescriptions in the trash. I don't know that that's going to happen for you. I'm not going to make any claims about what's going to happen for you, but just put the pieces together. Why do we have medical doctors recommending it? Why do you have healthcare providers recommending it? And I'm here today because I've helped thousands of people earn weekly checks. And that is almost more empowering to me than helping people with their health. But I don't have to choose. I get to do both. So I'm live on the day after Thanksgiving. The World Cup, I think, is about to start with England versus US. If you have a question, I'm live on multiple different sites. Please type it into the Q&A box on the Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I'll tell you guys, if you have watched this and you're intrigued, get your questions answered. Timing matters. Go to purelifechangers.com. Get on our Changing Lives with Pure site. Do your research. If it's meant for you, you will not be able to get it out of your head. Come back to your friend, let them know where you're at, and hopefully I get to meet you and work with you soon. So now that I've stopped the recording, does anybody have any questions? If you do, I'm just going to stay on for 60 seconds out of my family time. I'm here with a large group of my family to see if I can help anybody answer any questions. The family package is for 4 people. Okay, so that again, don't think of it as walking into Whole Foods and buying $2,500 worth of stuff. Remember, you have a 20% off coupon. Think of it as starting the cheapest business you've ever started, but you can write off your family's health. That's a powerful, powerful thing to think about. Not good at sales, somebody's asking. Yeah, you don't have to be good at sales. All you have to be able to do is invite people. I found something amazing. I think you should take a look. That's really what we're doing. In the first couple of days, you're doing some training on how to invite, where to direct them, where to send them after they watch it, how to connect them to a leader to get questions answered. And that's essentially what you do. You're inviting them, plugging them into resources and inviting and plugging them into resources. It's like the lady at the breakfast shop. Ma'am, would you like some coffee? Sir, would you like some coffee? And when someone says, no, I don't want any coffee today, thank you, she does not throw her coffee jar on the ground and run out screaming, this job is not for me. Nobody likes me. Like, we're just offering. Found something. You need to take a look. Might be for you. Okay. So if you guys think you can do that, this could be right up your alley. Looks like I have one more question. Oh, I might have a testimony today. Let's just see. We might have somebody who's sharing. I should have checked that before we got started. Hold on one second, guys. We might have a testimony for you. And if, you know what, because we do have quite a few people on, I'm going to go ahead and bring you up. I apologize. Obviously, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm not in my usual location, so I want to make sure I'm bringing the right person up. Yes. I have 2 testimonies for you guys. Oh, so great. Okay, so we're going to start with Crystal. We have 2 testimonies. So sorry, guys. A different location. We're going to have to set you guys up for a different day as well, so we can do this again. But those of you that are watching live, you get to see the testimonies. And don't worry, we're still recording this in other locations. So Crystal, I first met in Italy. Was this company, when you do really well, takes you on trips around the world. So pretty. So Crystal's going to share with us how this company has changed her life. Thank you for being on, Crystal, and reminding me.
Hi, how are you today?
Good.
I started my pure journey in 2020. I was having pain all over my body. I was taking 800 ibuprofen per day. I was having chronic fatigue, which was feeding my depression. And I was barely getting out of bed to go to work. And so I was looking for help. So I went to my doctor and I asked my doctor if she could help me. And she said, Crystal, I really think you have fibromyalgia. And I said, well, I think that you need to shut up because I just don't think you're right. And she just laughed at me and she said, well, do you want me to call it widespread chronic pain? And I said, well, you can call it whatever you want. Just don't write that down. And she just laughed and she said, okay, let's just run some inflammation markers and see how things are. And then we'll get back together. So she called me and she said, all your inflammation markers are elevated and you're going to need to see a rheumatologist. And so I said, okay. So I got on the internet. I was like, this cannot be the answer for me. More doctors, more medicine. This cannot be my answer. And so I got on the internet and I started looking for my solution, and everything I read came back to nutrition. So I thought, what am I going to do now? And then I remembered my friend Carrie Miller. And I said, Carrie was telling me about Pure in 2019. I'm going to call her. So I called her and I said, Carrie, I need help. I said, I'm desperate and I need help. Sorry, y'all. So she said, I'm not making any claims, but I think I can help you. So I started my Pure products. I came in with a family pack because I wanted to try everything. And within 3 months, I could see huge differences in my life. No more ibuprofen, no more coffee, no more pain, no more inflammation, no more brain fog. My fatigue was gone. My skin issues were better. Now I have more energy. And after I got to start taking me, which was like a year later, my hair is thicker than it's been since I was 21 when I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. And so I've never been to see that rheumatologist. So I don't really know what's going to happen for you, but that's what happened for me. And this business is life-changing. And the reason I decided to share after 2 years of being in Pure and taking all my products is I had friends around me who were suffering. They were struggling with all different kinds of things like breast cancer, RA, calcium deficiency, bad knee. Everybody had something, and I was sitting on Pure. And I just felt selfish. Like, why had I not shown them what I have? And they knew I was taking supplements and they knew I was doing good, but they didn't know where I came from to where I am now. So this company, it provides health and wealth. And the health comes if you just put the products in your body. But the wealth comes in two forms. It comes in the form of financial wealth, and it also comes in spiritual wealth. Because every time somebody comes to me and says, "You helped me," they come to me and say, "I got a good report," my soul is fed from that. And so anybody looking at this needs to know that they can have health and two kinds of wealth. And Pure makes it so easy to do both.
So good. Crystal, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your story. I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Look amazing, and I've definitely seen, like, you're awesome. Thank you for sharing. So you guys, I've got one more that's going to share today. Her name is Esther Adesina, and Esther Adesina has changed thousands of lives since she found out about Pure. And with you guys, I'm just really excited that you guys get to meet her, because once she, Esther, it's not wanting you to, there we go. Okay, I think we've got her. There we go. So Esther lives in New Jersey. She's originally from Nigeria. And my goodness, life-changing story. Hi, Esther.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. So my name is Esther Adesina. I'm originally from Nigeria, but I've been in the United States for 28 years. So I'm a consultant dietitian in private practice, and I was introduced to Pure about 5 years ago by one of my friends and a colleague, a family physician. And since joining, actually, Rachel came to New Jersey live, and I listened to her presentation, and right away, right there, I made a decision to join Pure. Can you hear me? Okay. So since I joined, few things have happened in my health, because I really joined because of my health. 2 months into taking these products, my arthritis pain was gone. Now, this is what happened to me. I cannot vouch for any other person. I'm only sharing my own story. 3 months into taking the product, I was off blood pressure medication. I didn't need it again. My cholesterol was okay. And a year ago, after putting this product in my body for over 3-4 years, my blood sugar, I'm a consultant dietitian in private practice, so I pretty much know how to eat, what I'm supposed to eat, but I still could not get off metformin. But thank God, because that's one of the reasons I want to get on Pure. I was scared of polypharmacy, because I also consult in long-term care facilities, and I see residents with 20, 24, 33 prescription medication a day. And I'm like, I don't want to be part of that statistics. So I was desperate. I was only on metformin, but I still want to get off of it. And thank God, a year ago, I was off metformin. My cholesterol was okay. My skin has improved tremendously. Like the line on my forehead is gone. My neck is improving. People are seeing me. I'm like, Esther, oh, look at you looking all fresh. I'm like, yeah, there's something I'm taking. They're like, oh, you're well hydrated. I say it's more than hydration because I've always been hydrated. I'm taking things that are helping me. And people are now asking me, what are these few things you are taking for your skin? Because I'm interested in that. I have more energy, additional weight loss. I've earned quite some incentive trips. I also have side income, that varies from 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000. It just varies every month, which has been helpful because I have 3 kids in college right now. And most of it is that I also use it in my private practice. I'm a consulting dietitian. I have my practice, and people come to me that they want something better than prescription medication. So I offer it to them. They take a look at it and like, okay, I want it. And funny enough, a lot of them put themselves on Smartship without even talking to them about it. So that has been my story. And to me, I just feel that you have nothing to lose joining Pure. It's win-win either way for you, either for your health or for your wealth or both. So that's my story. Thank you for allowing me to share my story.
So good, Esther. Thank you for taking the time out to do it and you guys reminding me. So again, amazing stories. I could literally share stories, you guys, for hours. I have hours of testimonies, and you can go on purelifechangers.com and see hours of testimonies. You can go to Changing Lives with Pure and see hours of live and written testimony. So thank you both to Crystal and Esther. I will tell you, I met Crystal for the first time in Italy. She came as a guest with one of the earners to the Italy trip, and it's been life-changing. Esther, I've heard her big goals for the future, and to have that hope that you found something where you can really continue to pour into others, but then also change the financial future for not just you, but your children and your grandchildren. It's amazing. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. God bless and have a fantastic